Right, so where did you recommend, Dad?
There's a nice clump just up there.
Yeah, this branch here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that one. That's a beauty. Let me put
Yeah,
that in there.
really
Oh,
luscious.
that's fantastic. Oh, there's some loads of other ones. Oh, look at that one. I tell you what, this has been a bumper year for this plum tree, hasn't it, Dad?
Yeah,
It's been incredible.
Great, yeah.
But the study of fruit in general is quite interesting. I mean, to think that each one of these plums is here because a bee or another pollinating insect transported pollen from one flower to another in the process of pollination. Isn't that incredible?
Mm-hmm.
And over millions of years, these fruits have evolved to taste nice and look tasty to us and to other animals so that we ingest them and disperse their seeds through our feces, which has its own ready-made fertilizer, which means that seed will be able to grow and produce another tree like this. Isn't that incredible? And one thing's for sure, these plums do taste quite nice, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Get into it.
Yeah, you've got a plum job there, son.
Plum job. If I go into it, we reach the seed, and the seed is even more interesting. People describe a seed as a little box with a plant inside, which is quite cute, isn't it? And that is pretty much what it is. But actually, the seed has a hidden secret, Dad. Because what it is, it's basically the product of an evolutionary battle between the sexes. What do I mean by that? What I mean, I'm talking about sexual conflict. And to understand that, we need to understand a little bit more about how pollination works. Now, in reproduction in mammals, say, a sperm fuses with an egg to form a zygote, and that divides to create an embryo and eventually me. Right? Now, in flowering plants, it's a little bit more strange than that. You still have sperm and egg fusing, but you have another fertilization event taking place. And that produces something called an endosperm. And what's an endosperm? Well, an endosperm is basically the seed's food store. It supplies the nutrients for the seed, and that's going to help the seed get through really, really tough times. Helps it to get through times when the conditions aren't exactly right. So that means seeds can stay in a relatively dormant state for long periods of time, surviving on that endosperm. Now, I talked about a conflict at the start, didn't I? What do I mean about a conflict? Well, to understand that, we need to understand the differences between sperm and eggs. Sperm are relatively cheap to produce. They're relatively easy to produce, and that's because they're smaller. That means a male can produce lots and lots of sperm compared to a female, which produces eggs, which are a lot more expensive to produce, and that's because they're bigger. And that leads to differences in behaviour, where males can afford to mate with lots and lots of females. They've got lots of sperm to give away. Whereas females are a bit more choosy, they're a bit more selective on who they mate with because they've got fewer, more expensive to produce eggs inside them. And that leads to a conflict of interest in terms of provisioning as well, because a male just wants to mate with loads of females and then just go away, whereas a female wants to put a lot of time and effort into the eggs that she does choose to fertilise. Okay, we've kind of lost the point now, so what has the seed got to do with this? Well, it's all to do with the endosperm. Plants don't really have parental care like animals do, but they do provision their young with food. And we've just explained that with this endosperm that comes inside this plum seed. This seed is basically the compromise between an evolutionary battle between males and females, where males want females to provision loads, whereas females are trying to cancel out the effects of males. And that leads to a seed perfectly provisioned, perfectly adapted to withstand tough conditions. And it's this endosperm which partly explains why plants, flowering plants, are such a successful group of plants on this planet. It really is quite fascinating, isn't it, Dad? I haven't even finished my plum yet.
All right.
You said there was another one you wanted me to get.
Right, yes, yeah, just, there's a nice one up there, yeah.
Oh,
nice,
yeah, I can get it. Hang on, I'm just trying to reach. Just make sure you keep the camera straight.
yeah,
Hang on.
yeah.
Whoa! Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a like and more importantly, subscribe. The button's just down there, or just beside me there. I've also recently got a brand new Facebook page, so make sure you give that a like. The link is just below me right now, to receive all the latest updates on my wildlife adventures. So for the meantime, I'll see you next time.